Okay, welcome back to the Wildlands campaign. After a 2-week hiatus, somehow the campaign survives, and it is rather exciting. You guys take a second, put yourselves into the wild, adventure-filled region of the Wildlands. You may or may not recall that last time you guys made it to the Tree of Eternal Sun, the Mountain of Eternal Sun, excuse me, and the Tree of Eternal Moonlight on the mountain. You came to this wondrous place where this mountain that is constantly lit, not just by the sun, but by this tree that seems to soak up the light and emit it at night, keeping it always aglow. This is a pilgrimage location, a place that pilgrims come to seek greater understanding and peace and more. You know that this is a location sacred to the Muse, she who is the goddess of dreams and is deeply connected to the Lost One, the moon above the Wildlands, which is constantly zigzagging back and forth through the sky, apparently tugged on a giant chain by a dragon. You climbed up the steps. You came to this vast plain where both Bella and Akiri knew several stories about this tree and this plain on the mountain, this plateau on the mountain. You made camp of your own by the light of the vast skyscraper-sized tree. That night, several of you had powerful dreams. And especially Mavra had these strange dreams that felt like visions of something happening, tentacles bursting forth from the ground and reaching forth to infect the tree that you made camp nearby. Any questions or additional details? That a no? Can you guys hear me, by the way?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. In that case, you will wake up the next day to find the line of pilgrims stretching across this plateau on the mountain to climb up the tree. There are the monks of the mountain, which seem to keep this place. However, they are not letting anyone up into the tree right now. And you can hear conversations, angry shouting, and you can see this golden glowing tree absorbing and re-emitting the dawn light of the sun has these creepy dark tendrils of shadow that seem to emit, or not emit, but ooze this pinkish fluid, have made, kind of curled their way up the vast trunk. You hear snatches of conversation, somebody saying, "We've come all this way. You can't turn us away now." And you can hear someone else shouting, "It was my father's dream to come here before he died. This delay cannot be borne." You can hear a child crying. Even as you are perhaps breaking camp, what would you guys like to do?
I'd like to go closer to where the monks are and see if I can kind of push my way through the crowd and get close to whoever's in charge.
I want to go with her.
Okay.
Kiri would like to come with them.
Okay.
I think we'll all go.
Okay. As you push your way forward, several pilgrims dressed in traveling clothes are looking at you like, "Hey, are you trying to skip the line?" Which is quite long at this point. And Akiri, you hear a whisper in your ear. It's hard to hear at first over the murmur of the crowd. But you hear your brother, Shadir, whispering from afar. And he says, "There are keys in the tree."
And she's gonna whisper back, "Yeah, well, there's also a bunch of weird shadow tentacles in the tree at the moment, too. Do you think those might have anything to do with the keys? Or is that just stuff?"
Oh no. Hang on a second. I've got to ask the frog talker.
Thank you.
You guys come up to where a cluster of monks dressed in robes of brown and blue are trying to keep people back from the tree. And there's these steps that are attached to this vast trunk that go up into the tree, and they're not. There's a few monks, various races, elves, humans. You see at least one Aarakocra flying around. They are arguing with people. They're saying, "We don't know what's going on. The tree, it may be sick, and we're deeply concerned. We can't let anyone else into the tree right now until we figure out what's happening." And one halfling monk is almost pushed over by the press of the crowd.
Noticing the other Aarakocra flying around the tree, Kiri's gonna look to the rest of the group and say, "Do you think it's a good idea to go talk to the Aarakocra up there and see if they know anything?"
Couldn't hurt.
Gonna give a quick little nod and then take flight.
Okay. You fly up. You see some surprised looks from various pilgrims and monks. The Aarakocra flying around in the air is a pigeon type like yourself, not curly feathered, though. And she will meet you in the air and say, "What's brings you here? Are you a pilgrim?"
Not necessarily. We were just spending the night over here. We're just gonna kind of check it out because it was on our way. What's going on? Like,
All right. Vapos had a message in chat. Vapos's mic isn't. Can't use his mic tonight, folks. So he's joining by text and listening to us.
Vapos has taken a vow of silence tonight.
Vapos has a vow of silence for the night. The Aarakocra that you're speaking with introduces herself as Evelk. And,
Can I?
What?
Oh, keep going.
All right, I'll come to you. Back to you, Vapos. And she says, something strange has been going on the past few days, and, well, as you can see, the tree appears sick as of last night. So until we find out what's going on, I'm afraid we're not letting pilgrims up into the tree. I don't know about clerics of Jwerk, such as yourself. And she nods at your holy symbol.
And Kira's gonna nod and say, "Is there anything we can do to help?" I've got a little group with me. We'd be more than willing to help if you need it.
Perhaps someone should talk to Igana down at the base of the tree. They might know more.
Kira's going to nod and then dive down to the base.
You're gonna find Vapos is not familiar with this faith, but is able to kind of connect as a monk. He's recognizably a monk himself, and even if it is of a different type, and he's able to take the proper respectful stance that even most pilgrims might not necessarily know. And he is making a little headway. So Vapos, you'll have found Igana when Akiri brings that up. Which I assume you are bringing up.
Yes.
Okay. So, Igana is another halfling, monk of the mountain. And she has dark circles under her eyes. She's a bit older and kind of chubby, but has a lot of laugh lines on her face. But right now she looks worn and drawn, and she says, "Ah, yes. Sister Evelk told you to talk to me?"
Yeah.
So you guys are kind of off to the side, away from the big line of pilgrims and who are looking on and wondering what's happening. She says, "Well, I was on sentinel duty last night, and I saw these creatures in the tree. And they seemed to be calling up these shadows, or sprinkling something on the tree, and it seemed to draw these shadows and their pink ooze up from the ground."
Did these creatures look like?
Oh, what did these creatures look like?
Mavra and Akiri and Vapos are talking to them. I just want to be sure.
I mean, I'm gonna be over there too.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're all there, but I'm just trying to figure out. Was it Mavra who just asked what do they look like?
Yes. I just assumed we were all talking to her.
She said
I didn't know who's.
There were pale ones with long, horrible appendages that looked boneless and wriggling. And there were other things that floated through the air, also with these things like tentacles instead of arms, and horrible eyes. I was frozen in place, and I couldn't get any closer. But by the time the dawn approached, they vanished and stopped calling up the shadows. She's going to listen to Vapos, and she's going to say, "Do you think it would be safe to let the pilgrims up into the tree during the daytime?"
What? I don't know.
Vapos says, "No, I don't believe so. We have some suspicions about what this ooze might be related to, and it could cause significant problems." She nods. "Yes, I have a feeling that you are people we can trust. While you're having this conversation, Akiri, Shadir is going to get back to you."
Alright, let's go.
He whispers, he says, "Sister, I have conferred with the sage. He says, can you hear me?
Yeah.
He says, things are moving. Quick, the stars will align over the tower, over the meeting place of the knights. They're trying to infect the keys. They're trying to take over the realm of the moon goddess. You've got to get to them first."
Okay.
I trust him.
Here is going to relay that information.
Akira's gonna what?
Relay that information.
Shadir says, you've got to go up there at night. That's when the keys will be accessible. The room keys.
I think we can do that.
Good. Stay safe, sis.
We'll try.
So the monks will redouble their efforts to try and prevent people from going up the steps in the tree, but the pilgrims are growing more and more restless, more and more frustrated. Some of them have traveled many, many miles to be here.
Mayfra wants to kind of pull, particularly Vapos because of what he just said, aside and ask if his suspicions have to do with the pink chill, and if he thinks it's possible that the blood might help in this situation. She doesn't want to waste it, but if it could be important for this, then maybe we could try it.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Bebo says, that was my suspicion, but I wanted to check with you before I was too specific with anyone.
Well, if the frog talker doesn't want us to do anything until tonight, maybe we can help a little bit with some crowd control. I mean, if the monks want some help, I don't know. We could try something.
So you think if we work to try the blood, it shouldn't be until tonight? Is that what you're saying?
It sounds like that's what the frog talker was implying. But,
okay.
But I'm not... I don't know.
Vapo says, if you think the blood can help, it's certainly worth a try.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we can, like you said, try to help with crowd control until tonight.
In any case, I think we should try to save some of the blood in case your vision about the peacock comes true.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm worried about.
You want to remind our viewers what your vision about the peacock was?
That at a sword wing meeting, if I'm correct, I think it was Dark Dwarf came out and infected a peacock Aarakocra with the pink chill.
Right. Okay.
All right, sounds good.
Okay. So, right now you're struggling at the base of the tree. You guys are going to, if you're going to help with crowd control, can you describe to me how you're going to help? Because over time, the crowd is becoming more and more restless. And this is going to be a skill challenge like travel. So describe how you're going to help calm the situation or prevent a riot. Should it get that far. Or how you're helping.
Is there any kind of perimeter, like that everyone is the monks are trying to keep everyone back from? Because that would be my first thought, is to try to create some kind of perimeter that people can't go past.
There isn't really. There's these white stones that are laid across the large plateau that kind of show a path from the steps up the mountain. And people have lined up in there, but they're kind of breaking out of the line. It kind of leads up to the wooden steps that lead high up into the upper branches of the vast tree. So there isn't exactly, it's not like there's a fence or a wall around the tree. There are, you know, the ground around it is not all, the ground, you know, there's the tree is surrounded by these big roots. The base of the tree is surrounded by these big roots that some of which come up out of the ground and, you know, would be challenging for people to climb up on. But other than that, it's kind of this wide open, large flat plain. Vapos will keep an eye on the crowd, trying to identify potential troublemakers before they become too agitated, so that our more persuasive party members can prioritize who to speak to in order to keep the peace. Alright, yeah, go for an insight check, Vapos. Damn! A 20 for Vapos. Amazing.
I was kind of thinking along a similar line, except maybe I can work with Vapos, and after he's identified them, I can be the muscle, so to speak, to peacefully relocate them somewhere a bit further away from the crowd so that they don't spread their increased agitation any further.
You're kind of trying to intimidate them?
No, physically remove them.
Okay, so if anybody needs to be physically removed, then Breath is ready to do that. You're going to kind of body... How many people are you really going to be able to body block, though?
I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, you know, someone seems like they're on the verge of starting a stampede.
Mm-hmm.
I can take them out until they calm down a bit.
Cool. Alright, well, you are going to notice Vapos is going to point out several people who seem like they are about to do that. As tensions have been rising. So you are gonna, it's gonna be challenging for you, but you can kind of physically get in their way and kind of remove them from the line, and move them away. So yeah, that's absolutely possible. I assume you're doing some kind of strength-based check with that.
Yeah, I was thinking athletics, but also just straight strength, if that makes more sense in your mind.
Athletics is fine. That makes sense.
Well.
Ouch.
Well.
The monks are definitely pleased with the pointing out of the ringleaders that Vapos is helping with. But the monks of the mountain are not very pleased when Bref starts dragging people off, only making other people more angry.
I'd like to try to make a persuasion check, and the way I'd like to do that is to basically maybe climb up on a rock or something that puts me a couple of heads above everyone else and make a persuasive speech to everyone about, like, here you are at an historic moment in the life of the moon tree, and we need you now more than ever to help us defeat this great evil that is threatening this pilgrimage site that we all love.
Awesome. Go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage.
That's a 32.
Wow. That's a big number. So extremely successful is this speech that a lot of the tension is lowered. Some people seem like they want to kind of push forward and silence Bella as she stands on a tree root higher up in the air, and she's definitely calming people down, but she's also making herself into a lightning rod. But it's having a strong effect on the crowd with a 32. My goodness. What about Akiri and Mavra? Are you guys helping with this?
Yes, but I have no idea what he's doing.
Okay.
Akiri, I wonder if maybe like a religion check, like maybe now that I've like psyched everybody up, maybe you could start a prayer circle or something to make people feel like they're being productive.
Yeah, actually, that's a really good idea. All right, we're going the distraction route. So Akiri is going to. That's actually a really good idea, Bella. Thank you. Is going to try to get as many people around her as she can and be like, gather them together and be like, let's pray and let's just like try to help the tree through prayers to the gods and prayers to specifically the moon, the whoever's in charge of the moon, that their power will help protect the tree. And using our prayers, we can help give power to the tree. That sort of stuff.
Nice. You're gonna get to make a roll, but before you roll, Bella's speech gave everyone inspiration.
Nice.
All right, go for it. Religion. And you can use your wisdom for this.
So you just want like a straight wisdom check?
If you are proficient in religion, then you can add your proficiency bonus.
Okay, I am
Think of it
proficient.
this way.
I am proficient.
This way to it. We
So the second
are like
proficiency bonus on top?
Sorry.
No. Religion
So
is
just
normally...
a normal religion.
Religion is normally intelligence-based.
Yes.
I'm saying make a wisdom-based religion check.
Gotcha. So just do like a wisdom check plus proficiency bonus?
Yeah. Any other
Okay,
religion
okay.
bonuses you have?
Isn't
Gotcha.
it kind of...
I don't know if I have any. I don't think I do.
This is an old dungeon master technique, a tool, if you will. Make a skill check with a different ability score to represent
So it's a
unusual
12.
use.
Actually, can I use inspiration there to get the 15 instead?
Yes.
Cool.
15? How do you get 15?
That isn't rolled with the proficiency bonus.
Oh. Gotcha. Okay, well, it's a good thing it's a 15 and not an 11.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So there are definitely some hiccups, and at one point you're losing the crowd. But eventually you guys help the monks win them over. Despite certain agitators within the pilgrims. You managed to succeed, and Akiri, you lead a prayer circle. Bella's made a speech, and Bref has corralled some angry people who, one of them tries to throw a punch, 0 damage, but you managed to subdue them. It's just a teenager feeling a bit rowdy. That is.
I am sure to be as non-violent as possible with them.
Unfortunately, with your roll of 1, I'm kind of interpreting that roll as things get a little bit out of hand.
That makes sense.
For you, and you might not, you might just end up doing a little more violence than you wanted. Or feeling like you had to. At one point somebody tries to just sprint to the tree and you have to reach out and grab them. Kind of ended up dragging them to the ground. So that kind of thing. But overall, you managed to succeed. The pilgrims retreat from the tree. Some of them start heading back down the mountain. Others go back to their campsites on the plateau. Others end up hanging out with Akiri and or some of the monks and talking or even trying to help figure out what's going on with the tree. That is going to consume most of the day. That would be a long process, hours. It's a big crowd and there's a lot to do. So by the time things are calm and resolved, it's going to be the late afternoon. What would you like to do at that point?
Take a fucking nap.
Yeah, we gotta sleep because we're gonna be busy tonight.
You take a nap. Well, during your nap, Babos wants to check in with the monks, make sure there isn't anything specific they need to do to climb the tree. Well, it's good you check with the monks, Vapos, because after your helpfulness, they do confer and they do agree to allow the wanderers up into the tree at night, which none of you had asked for permission to do that. He wants to respect their traditions as much as we can. They appreciate that, and they appreciate the help that the party gave. So they actually give you permission to go up in the tree at night. They do explain how to get up there, because there's a bit of a trick to it if you can't fly. In order to get into the upper branches. Excellent, thank you, says Vapos. Bella, you're going to have this strange dream. Now, folks, we're going to switch maps a couple of times during tonight's session. Every time we switch maps, there's like a ridiculously high chance that the stream crashes and breaks, because I don't know why. So be aware of that. Still live. Bella, you dream. Your dream place, the dream realm, is strange. Different this time. Suffused, perhaps, with the afternoon light. Instead of the vasty plain of stars, there's light in your dream realm. You stand up, tears streaking down your face, kaleidoscopic visions flickering through the tears in your eyes. And as always, when you're in this dream place, you have this strange tunnel vision. It's hard to, you don't have proper peripheral vision. You have to kind of point your vision at a location and concentrate in order to see it. But you are pretty much in the same spot that you made it to last time you dreamed of this place. Bella?
Yeah.
You feel that presence somewhere out there in the milky white distance. If you recall, you were starting here, and you explored over here and found what seemed like a snake's tail. So you tried over here, you went past these slimy snails, and you jumped across here to what seems like a wing or a banner.
Yeah.
In the dream space.
I'll try to move up the, keep moving along the thing.
You can't really... It doesn't seem to lead where you want to go.
All right. In that case, I'll jump back.
Okay.
If I can,
Yeah.
and make my way back to the center, and I want to get over here.
You look down that path, and it is revealed to you. You hear this ticking sound. Tick tock. Tick tock. Tick tock.
Oh my god, it's Vecna.
I was about to say, watch out for crocodiles.
There's this strange clock tower, a clock face with a face on it. And you realize that there is no evidence of the dream snake here as you kind of walk forward in order to reveal it. You're standing on the clock and the hands are ticking by. You feel this presence calling out to you, saying, "Child." I cannot wait for you to see.
All right, I'll make my way back to the middle. I know I have limited time here, as usual.
The presence turns its face toward you. You can't quite see her face, but you feel her beauty. It inspires you. It suffuses your mind. You feel 1,000 pages tumbling through your brain, every word standing out in perfect clarity, as the face that you can't quite see, the face of a goddess, rushes up into your consciousness. And just when it becomes overwhelming past the point where you can bear it, you wake up. You're
Alrighty.
lying on your bedroll. Your companion's napping around you in the afternoon light amongst the tree shadows and on the plain of eternal sun.
All right. Well, that feels like the closest I've ever gotten, so progress, I suppose.
It does feel close. Every atom of you is tingling, feeling alive. You feel like you've seen the face of a goddess. But more than that, as you come back to the land of the waking world, you realize that to be inspired by the muse is to come to terms with her vulnerability. You felt how easily something could get into that realm. And you realize how much you need allies to help you protect it.
Interesting.
Mavra, you have the same dream again of tentacles reaching, writhing, leaving infection and rot as they climb up into the tree. And when you blink your eyes open, the sun is setting. The shadows are rolling over you and your friends. You all wake up from your rest, and the mountain of eternal sun is alight with the light from the tree, though the base of it remains in shadow. Will you guys climb the tree at this point?
I think we should.
Yeah, I think so.
You stand up. You dust yourselves off. You check in with the monks who open the way to you. You climb up, up, and up into the tree. It's going to take a while to climb up there. And by the time you do, you're going to see the campfires of the pilgrims twinkling, spread out below you. Your legs will be burning as you had to climb these stairs up and up and up. And the moon will be fully out and lighting the tree in this silver glow that is absorbed and sent out again. These sparkles that make you feel like you're surrounded by a cloud of stars. But once you reach the upper branches, you will all feel this peace stealing over you. You're going to be in tune with yourselves. And you will all have your hit dice fully refunded to you, which I don't normally refund for long rests. As the twilight gets darker and the moon light all around you gets brighter, you will gradually become aware of something or several somethings phasing into existence at 4 locations around the vast tree. Almost as if they are coming to you from another plane of existence. And we're going to switch maps, and this is going to be a big load. So we may very well lose the stream. We'll try. Stream's still live. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Alright,
Yep.
every time I zoom in and out on this thing, it reloads the whole thing. And it's another big load, so there's a high risk of dropping the stream here, but every time I do that, but we will see how we do. Folks, you have come up these purple these big flat mushrooms that form the end of the stairs on the southern side of the tree. You with me?
Yep.
It's a strange situation, dreamlike. And that makes it all the more startling when Shadir whispers in your ear again, Akiri. It says, each of you needs a key before they infect it.
Alright, thank you. She's gonna turn to the others and once again relay that information.
You guys can see around the tree these rune keys. And each of them flickers and grows darker as tentacles of shadow, oozing pink liquid, try to wrap around them, carried by these creatures
Ew.
that have phased in here. And you can see directly to the south of you, along these tremendous branches that form pathways in the sky, you can see these creatures moving to the keys and kind of wrapping their tentacles along the runes, around the runes, infecting them. And it's at this point I'm going to ask you to roll initiative. Be sure to select your character so that it... Okay, hang on a minute. The turn order was blank a second ago. Now it's loaded you in twice.
The
Thanks a
fuck?
lot, Roll20. Thanks a lot.
It's only it's singular. Sorry, it's singular for us on our end.
Really?
So it's just on yours. Yeah.
Right. What happens if you scroll down?
Yeah. There's only 4 of us on there right now.
You don't see you all twice in the turn order with different numbers?
Nope. Did you not clear it out last time?
Well, apparently not. Okay. Good night, Mavra. You're seeing copies of us from another map. That's why only you can see them. Oh. I suppose you must be right. But why? Oh god, it's just adding more and more copies of you. I'm trying to delete this. Well, I guess I should have deleted you from the other map then. That must be the issue. Why is that even a thing? What purpose could that possibly serve? I mean, don't answer. It's just completely insane. Okay, folks. There's one other thing to do. Which is... Actually, I'm not going to do that yet. It's Breph's turn.
Right, I cannot quite get to these guys. They are 85 feet away, and even with a dash action, I can only get 80 feet. What's the rule? Because, so, like, squares like this, are these going to be difficult because they're kind of sloping downward?
I mean, if you stay to the middle of the branch, it's definitely safer. You're asking me about the branches that are kind of sticking out?
No, just the edges.
If it's a darker color, then yeah, it's kind of a steep, roundish slope. You'll have to climb or do something special. Be a monk. Break the rules.
Okay. I am gonna go. I'm gonna
Gorgeous
dash.
map, right?
I'm dashing here, avoiding all weird points on the tree.
All right.
And so readying an action is my reaction, correct?
Readying an action, triggering the action is a reaction.
Okay, but I already used my action, so it doesn't matter. So I'm ending my turn.
All right, that brings us to Akiri.
All right, because Akiri has a lot of flying power, a lot of movement power. He's going to choose one of the far out ones. Yeah, I think she's gonna leave the furthest out for Vapos, just because he's stupid fast. And she's gonna start heading in that direction, towards the northwest one.
All right.
And she's gonna be taking flight and using a dash action.
Okay.
So that gives her like 100 feet, I think.
I don't know. You tell
Yeah.
me. It's your character. Sounded like a question.
It's more a question to myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she has a 50-foot fly speed, so that's 100 feet in the direction of their choosing.
Okay. While she's doing that, or calculating the exact spot she ends up in, you go ahead and start your turn, Vapos.
Alright, she gets there.
Okay. And she is... Let's give her the flying icon. How high above the party is she? Same height, pretty much?
Yeah, she probably just like jumped off the edge. Like,
Okay. So, when you leave
Oh, rip.
contact with the branches, Akiri, and take flight, it's very strange. The whole top of this enormous tree is glowing and semi-translucent. It's almost like the top of this tree leaves the material plane and enters the plane of dreams. This tree is a bridge into the moonlight, into the plane of dreams.
oh, that's cool.
And it's only when you're in contact with the tree that you can kind of see into both realms, see the whole tree.
That's really cool.
Well, good. That's the idea. Vapos does this incredible dash, clambering around the rough, twisty bark and branches of the bole of the tree, swiftly moving across. Triple dash toward the north, 150 feet of movement, double jump distances to help me get up to the rim of the inner area. Very cool. So he is a streak of blue and ends up way up there. That brings us to Bella's turn.
All right, I'm going to start trying to make my way over to the east. But it looks tricky. I am not Akiri or Vapos. So I'm going to move here. And then how much climbing do I have to do to get up onto the rim?
It's not... how much climbing do I have to do? How do I answer that question? It's going to cost half move. You can only move half, right? It's double. Each square costs double. However, it's very easy to climb. So you'll only have to make a athletics check if there's a particularly difficult section, or acrobatics check if there's a particularly difficult section, or if you take a hit, if you take damage.
Okay. I figure then I can get about there.
Okay. So Bella starts climbing around. I should have asked, is everyone able to kind of scroll across the map? Are you able to look at the whole map?
I
Yes.
think so, yeah.
Barely, yes.
Okay, nobody's like having trouble, like, because this is a visual puzzle, obviously, right? Like, how do I navigate this giant tree dungeon? So, the puzzle doesn't work if, like, you're like, well, I'm only able to look at this one corner, so I guess I'll go this way, right? Like, that wouldn't work. You have to kind of, like, the idea is, like, you have to plan a route or something. So, I just want to make sure that if anyone's having trouble with that, sing out, and I'll help you. Okay. It is at this point, all of you realizing that now that this tree is a bridge into the realm of dreams, that you sense all of the rune keys darkening, and you feel it in your hearts, in your something in your brain. It feels like a chime or a deep bell tolling. Doom. And you realize that this infection is counting towards something. So that was one toll of that bell. Questions?
No, just an overwhelming sense of dread. It's fine.
Indeed. Bref, you are close enough to these two that you can see the pale one kind of doing something hard to describe but unspeakably gross with its tentacles in the runes. The other thing, this thing, half floats, half skitters along the branches toward you and attacks. Yeah! As it comes toward you, its horrible red eyes, so clashing so much with this, with the blue glow of the general atmosphere, bore into your soul. You're going to need to make a wisdom saving throw, please. As it skitters toward you.
That's 14.
This wash of paralyzing fear flows through your body. You almost freeze up like you did on the storm-tossed ship. But something, concern for your friends, inner strength, lets you hang on by your fingernails, and you barely succeed on the save. Then you're attacked. It tries to bite you, and it lashes out with those horrible tentacle-like limbs. So the bite. A 17 will hit you.
It will not.
A 17 will not hit you. Upgrade to Bref's armor class, apparently.
Yep.
Dang, that
Currently
really misses
stands
you?
at 18.
You are stronger than you used to be. I'm just rolling 2 attacks at once here. Okay, and the 19 will hit you. So you sidestep the bite. You willpower past the paralyzing gaze. You sidestep the bite. One horrible claw goes whizzing past on the other side, and then the other one catches you in the stomach, and lacerates you. You are not raging, is that correct?
That is correct.
So you feel the full impact of 6 slashing damage as it slices a cut along your belly. Vapos, you are going to see the pale creature to the north moving swiftly to that rune ring over there. And this thing floating, half skittering, heading toward you. Actually, it can move very fast. So it's right, it's going to place itself in your path, basically. So that awful thing is near you. Mavra's turn.
Mavra is going to start heading towards the east. Oh gosh, let me see where she clicks her boots together. And I think she can get about here with a dash, and that will end her turn.
Okay. Breath.
Well, first thing I would like to do is I really would enjoy going into a rage. And I'm going to step to the south here, still in this guy's zone, but I'm going to attack Squid Face twice recklessly.
Okay.
That's one. Oh, didn't even need that reckless. Look at that.
Holy crap. Viking theme song! As the black blade of Arakosh goes snicker snack into this guy. Holy smokes. How much
Holy shit, that thing
crit
bit.
damage is that?
So we have 29 slashing damage,
God.
26 poison damage, and 3 rage damage.
How would you like to cut this guy up?
Hey, yo.
Right down the middle. Just vertical slice.
So he's got long, horrible tentacles ready to lash out at you instead of the runes, but then you just slash and then bam, and just cleave this thing down the side, splitting one of the tentacles as you go, its bones snapping and splintering apart, and his horrible, pale, inky blood kind of misting out and spattering out in all directions. It's truly disgusting. You discover...
And I love it.
Yeah. I bet you do. Wow. So anything else you want to do?
So was that kill from just the first strike, or were both strikes necessary?
How much damage did the first one do again?
Over 50.
I think it's like 58-ish.
That was a one-hit kill.
Okay, can
So
I direct my second strike
yeah.
at Creepy Spider-Man instead?
Yeah, so 14 damage to him, because that's also a hit.
Spider-Man.
And
Spider-Man.
he's also-
It's hit with the sword like
He is
Spider-Man.
not immune to poison damage. These things,
I
now
love
that
it.
you're up close, and also Vapos can see this, these things have a definite underground quality to them. They do not belong up here in the heavens. They
Also, I forgot to do it earlier. When I went into a rage, lightning damage flashes out, does 2 points of lightning damage to Spider-Man as well.
Bref, when the tentacle thing releases the ring of runes, they kind of lift up off the bark, and they become solid, and you realize you can pick it up and carry it.
Oh, nice. I'll wait till this guy's dead to do that, though. So I think that will end my turn.
Right. Akiri's turn. Akiri?
What other shenanigans? Okay, good. You guys can hear me. We are once again dashing towards this.
Dash, go for it. While she starts that, Vapos, you start taking your turn. Well, I guess it's possible that Akiri could have a bonus action as well.
No,
Okay.
just dashing.
So, Vapos, as you start dashing around this thing, it uses its gaze on you as a reaction. So the horrifying red eyes stare into your soul, and they seem to burn with a malice. And you feel this fear wash over you. So go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me, Vapos, as you dash past.
Oh shit!
Reaction tranquility. Reroll.
Good job.
Dramatic. Oh,
Much.
oh my god. Whew. So, your muscles started stiffening up in fear. But you call on that deep, deep well of tranquil power that you have trained for and honed over time. And then you barely meet the DC, just as Bref did. So continue your turn and your dash. Whoosh! That's it for me. That brings us to Bella's turn.
All right. I'm going to dash again. So I'm just going to run past Mavra up here, trying to get over to the eastern branch as fast as I can.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
Okay. So you guys are climbing around the rim of the bole of the tree. Folks, you feel in your hearts another round tick up, and it's like a bell tolls. Doom, doom. It rings out twice. You can feel it as the keys to the realm of dreams that are to be found in the tree of eternal moonlight are slowly infected. Bella, you can see over to the east this pale thing grab onto the Ring of Runes and rub its tentacles in this strange, lascivious motion over it and darken them where it touches.
Can we
Spreading
not
its
have
disease.
strangely sensual tentacle rubbing on here?
Indeed. And Bella, you see this other thing rushing toward you.
Alrighty.
It's going to fly across the empty space, partially leaving this in-between bridge and then coming back to the same plane as you as it retouches the bole of the tree here, and it stares at you with those red eyes. So on your turn, you're going to make a wisdom saving throw. Whoops, I didn't mean to go to the next turn. Bref, there's that ring that's grabbable, but right now this thing is trying to attack you again. It stares at you with those fiery eyes. It's gonna miss with the bite. It's gonna try to rake you twice with two of its claws. One of those is gonna hit home, and you're gonna take another 6 slashing, but of course you're raging now. So take that into account.
Got it.
Vapos, you're going to see this pale thing get up to the ring. And actually there, and it's going to rub its tentacles over the Ring of Runes. This thing is going to dash up back to here. But it's not as fast as you are, even with all those legs. So you have almost gotten around it, or you have gotten around it, and can do so again. Over here on the western side of the tree, the two of them are reaching that Ring of Runes.
Okay.
That brings us to Maver's turn.
Okay, I wasn't clear. When we are going around this rim, is everything half movement, or is it just the climb that was half movement?
It was... When you get to the point where Bella is, you can run along the top, and it's not half movement anymore.
Okay. I'll be...
But this is all climbing here, so... Even if it's relatively easy climbing, it's still climbing.
Yeah. Okay, Mavra is going to dash and come up next to Spider Friend here.
Okay.
And just hang out there, and that will be her turn.
Okay. Note that, Bella, by the way, is that you are now on non-difficult terrain, as long as you're careful.
Got it.
Alright, so Maver's there next to this horrible thing. It's gonna... Yeah, it's gonna use its gaze on her, actually. So she needs a wisdom saving throw.
The gays love Mavra.
Oh! Critical success! A badass woman.
Mavra knows no fear.
No, she does not.
She certainly does not. Is that the end of her turn, though?
Yes.
Bref's turn.
Alright, let's see if I'm as successful at chopping up a spider as I am chopping up a squid. This will once again be reckless.
Oh, by the way, folks, the map is by the Chepeku Patreon.
Does an 11 hit?
And 11 will miss.
Yeah, both times. Alright, well, you know what? I'm gonna lightning zap it. So there, little spider. for 6 points of damage.
All right.
You little piece of shit.
That will do it.
Okay. When you've
Oh, wait,
cut it
I'm
before,
gonna-
its blood
I'm gonna
seems
step-
to be boiling.
One step up. That will be it.
Okay. That brings us to Akiri's turn.
Alright, Akiri is once again going to dash.
All right. Is she also going to be using a bonus action this turn?
Give me a second.
Okay. Vapos, you can start calculating.
Yeah, no anything else. Just dash for her.
All right. She ends up only there?
No, I haven't moved her yet. I was just making sure I didn't have anything else.
In that case, Vapos is activating Body, the Elemental Self, Arms, and Visage. As a bonus action.
I don't know if this does anything, Max, but she can land right in the middle of that rune circle.
Well, it's being infected at the moment, but she can pick it up.
Alright, it's hers.
But he's also grabbing onto it, so...
Tug of war, okay.
So... it would be...
We'll
an
resolve
action
that in
to
a second.
It would be an action to try to pull it away from him.
Yeah, and she has no time for an action left. Alright. We'll deal with that later.
Hits the spider thingy. Oh, it's in 10 feet. Oh, okay. I was like, it's not in 10 feet. No, it is, actually. This is a dexterity saving throw, which it will fail. Taking 10 force damage. One unarmed strike against it from 10 feet away. With his water arms, elemental arms, that's a hit. As you punch, you feel it, its blood is boiling inside of its body. And it seems to have this underground ignin quality to it. It's very unpleasant and very gross. Then plus 20 movement from the silk wraps to get up to the illithid. Nice! 14 force damage. Alright, you also realize you can grab onto these runes, which is something very strange. It's almost like they aren't there, but they are. Just like the top of this tree itself. 2 more attacks against the illithid. That's a hit. And a hit. So 18 force damage. Five more from Empowered Arms. Got it. 5 more damage. It's taken a beating. That brings us to Bella's turn.
All right, I'm gonna pull out my bow and arrow, and I'm gonna try and shoot this spider.
I'll note that you do not have to make a save because it used it on Maver instead.
I was hoping that was the case.
All right, bow is out. You are in dim light. So you are in penumbral territory.
That's a 15 to hit.
That's a hit.
All right, 8 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to continue to move up this direction.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. You all feel it. Doom, doom, doom. 3 tolls of this bell. And the runes darken. Breath's getting attacked. It bites at thee. Failing to hit. It claws at thee. Getting 1 hit, doing another 6 damage. Vapos, you have... Tentacle Guy's going to continue doing weird stuff to the runes, but this thing flies up and bites at you. And your armor class is 19, so it's bare miss. It is a miss, unless your AC is lowered for anything. So that means that these attacks also miss. You simply dance around, and its attacks are magically deflected. Mavra was fighting with this thing. She's getting attacked. Bite. 2 claws. Sad. But Akiri's getting attacked. Bite. Oh, Akiri, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please, as it tries to paralyze you. Also, its claws are going to hit you with a 23.
I think that wisdom's fine.
Wow. You make it afraid with your wisdom save.
Knows no fear.
Anyways, and then you said...
Are you taking the claw hits?
What were they again?
23s.
23s. That would meet her AC.
So you take them. So 6 and 6
Okay.
for a total of 12 damage. Nobody's been hit by their bite attack. Lots of clawing, though. Mavra's turn.
Mavra's gonna turn to Bella and say, "Oh, I got this one. I'll catch up." And then turn her attention to the spider and start walloping it.
Well, I don't know how I just made the turn order disappear. Do you all still see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I guess there's some button. Oh, it's a double click. That's cool. Hey, I learned a new Roll20 feature. Oh my god. Fighter attacks! Ah! Hit, and crit! She lets its boiling blood spill out into the moonlit night. For 14 plus 13, that's 27, plus 19 is 36 points of damage. This thing is rocked. It's reeling on its many clawed
46.
legs. 46 damage. Yeah. Isn't that what I said? No, I said 36. It takes 10 more damage. It's almost dead, but not quite. It's rocked. It's barely hanging on. Actually, I forgot. It should be making a climb check. Well, it succeeds on that, but it's barely hanging on to the tree. Actually, wait. She did 46 damage. Half of 46 is 23. No, it fails! It loses its grip and falls off the tree from all of the damage. It lets out a horrifying, otherworldly shriek and is gone.
Bye. And then she kind of turns to Bella and kind of embarrassed, like, no, I guess we can go together now. Okay, let's go together. And actually, she'll use her movement in that case.
Fighter attack flurry.
I think she can get about here. And that will end her turn.
Okay. Hey, makers of Roll20, I love this turn order invisibility feature. It's super cool. Good job. That brings us to Bref's turn.
Yeah, we're gonna try these reckless attacks again, and
Alright, it didn't work out last time.
And roll higher than a 5 on any of the 4 dice that I rolled. Okay, there we go.
There we go. That was higher than a 5.
Thankfully.
Something's wrong. No. That's how much damage? They're all hits.
It is 16 slashing and 15 poison for the first, and then 7 slashing for the second.
This thing is rocked. It's barely clinging to life. It's not climbing, so you didn't knock it off of the branch. But it is boiling. Blood is boiling onto the tree branch.
Bonus action 6 damage
Dead.
for the lightning. Woo!
It's blasted to bits. Anything else?
And at that point, I will walk over. Can I pick up the ring?
You can.
I pick it up.
What would normally be motes of glowing light runes is physical in this realm of existence. And you can pick up the ring of runes, and it is carryable. You realize that you could press it to yourself and imbue yourself with the key, or you could give it to someone else to do that with.
For now, I will just hang on to it.
You got it.
Other people know more about dream stuff than me. That will end my turn.
Akiri's turn.
Alright. So she's in the middle of a tug of war with this thingy,
Is she
right?
going to try to pull it away? Is that her plan? She's going to try to make a athletics or check?
She absolutely is not.
Okay.
She's instead, can she reach across and try to do a can she reach across and try to grab him? Is she close enough to do that?
She's trying to what him?
She wants to use inflict wounds,
Yes.
but is she close enough?
Roll your attack. Yeah, she's right next to him. Are we waiting for the spell to come up in roll 20? There it goes.
Holy shit!
Oh my god, another crit! What the?
That was a level
What the
4
hell,
one
guys?
too.
What
Holy
dark
shit.
gods did you sacrifice to in the last 2 weeks that you guys have gotten this many crits? I ask you. How much fucking damage is that? 23?
Plus
Okay.
37 is
So-
what, 60? She does 60
To
damage.
Akiri's horror,
He
The
explodes.
necrotic damage rushes along his tentacles, and his head explodes into rotten flakes that blow outwards in all directions. Even the other horrible monster is horrified at this disgusting display of power. And the thing slumps to the ground, the rot continuing to trickle through its body and making it flake away. The smell is unspeakable, and we shall not speak of it. Instead, what else do you want to do? That was a lot of necrotic damage.
Yeah.
Let's see, 23, 55, 15.
Like 60.
That's,
It was like-
that's 70. Did you just do? No. Am I over?
I think it's 60. I think it's 60.
60, yeah.
Yeah. That thing exploded. She's just gonna kind of stare at it, and then stare at the other guy, and go bye, and then go away. And then,
So she grabs onto the runes and does what?
she's gonna grab it real close because that was her action. And I don't particularly have a bonus action for her, but she can do.
Okay.
So she's just gonna grab on the runes and
Okay.
glare at this guy. The other guy, like, don't touch me, don't try me.
Okay. He looks like he wants to bite you. That brings us to Vapos' turn. Punching the illithid 3 times. Let's go. Activating his key straps. Pow! That's a hit for 19. It's already dead. The first hit killed it. You feel the soft, squidgy flesh crumble and crumple under your watery fist. Next one's going to the spider then. It's not a spider, but it is like a spider in its many horrible hooked limbs. If that's a 13, it will miss. $21 will hit though. Bam! 16 points plus 5. And I'll step into the Ring of Runes. Okay, you can pick them up if you so wish. Like an object. Even though they are made of light. Okay, holding on to that. Is that the end of your turn, Vapos? Yes, brings us to Bella.
I'm pretty much gonna double move. So
Okay.
one.
So you have to climb again. You have to climb down, but the branch is way down below you, you see. So
Yes.
perhaps you need to take another path.
Okay.
Or find
Interesting.
some other way of traversing the gap.
I'm gonna turn to Mavra. And I'm gonna say, all right, how about that fly potion?
Mavra will pull it out of her pack on her turn.
And that's my whole turn. I've double moved. That's all I can do.
Oh, you already double moved?
Yeah.
Doom, 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 doom. 4 tolls of the bell. Of course it does. It works that way. Why does it do that? Okay, folks. Vapos gets attacked. Oh! Not only did I score hits on you, and not only did I score hits with all 3 attacks, but the first one, which is the bite, is a crit. Oh, Vapos always getting critted by the weird monsters. Okay. Vapos, the bite attack, crunching down upon ye, does, with a crit, it does 18 points of piercing damage, 6 necrotic damage. And 6 fire damage. It's like, it's something wrong with the fire damage. It's like a black, rotten fire. The claws each do 6 more damage, so that's 12 more slashing. After getting brutalized by that thing, Mavra, you get attacked. It's a 21 to hit, Mavra, with the bite. I'm not Mavra. Akiri.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Kira's gonna use shield bracelet.
Okay, that blocks the other hit as well. That brings us to Mavra's turn.
Okay, so looking at Mavra's inventory and thinking back over our last fight, didn't we use the flying potion already?
Well, if she wants, I also have the spell fly.
Yeah, so Mavra will say, yeah, I already drank it. And then after you say that, she says, hell yeah.
All right, cool.
I'm guessing I can't, yeah, I can't ready a movement.
You can ready a dash.
Okay, she will ready, kind of take a runner's stance and wait for Fly to appear, and then she'll start flapping those wings as soon as it does.
Ref's turn.
I'm just going to be trekking back so someone else can go because I'll just be calculating movement.
Akiri.
Akiri is going to, moving to this weird creepy thing across from her, is going to once again she's gonna try inflict wounds again.
Okay, worked out well last time.
Yeah, it worked out great.
We'll wait for Roll20 to calculate that. A hit and another impressive amount of damage, although not 60.
Yeah, almost half.
7 points, however, is very, very good.
That's respectable damage.
Oh yeah. The rot flows through this thing.
And that's the end. That's as much as she can do.
Unholy
so that's the end of her turn.
power. If that's the end of her turn, then it's Vapos' turn. Bella on deck. 3 more punches. See if you can kill it in one. Yup. One tremendous water-based uppercut. It like just keep punching him up into the air like total Mortal Kombat style. Pow! And he falls back to the branch. And is like a spider on its back. Its legs kind of crunch up and stretch out involuntarily. It is dead from that first punch. Bonus action Step of the Wind. Move and dash, bringing the Ring of Runes with him. Whoosh! Plus 20, 140 feet. Bonus speed from his hand wraps. This guy has body wraps and hand wraps.
Gotta go fucking fast.
Whoosh! Oh, I guess I should move the ring with you. There you go. And with breath. There we go. That is amazing. And if that's the end, then it is Bella's turn.
All right. I am going to cast a spell.
All right. Fly! Are you casting into level 3?
No, I am not.
Level 4.
So I am going to make both myself and Mabra fly. And then I'm going to move out over the tree limb.
That will work. So you'll have the same experience as Akiri as you leave the branch. The upper part of this tree, which exists in the dream world, will become semi-translucent and kind of fade out and then fade back in if you touch the branch again.
Cool. All right, I guess that's my whole turn.
You'll also see the sky of stars kind of change to the dream stars and then, or change to the mortal plane stars and then back to the dream world as that happens. Okay. Impressive turn. Okay, so doom, 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 doom. Wait, was that 4 or 5? 5 tolls of the bell. Doom. Guys, I'll tell you that if we were in playing in physical space, I would have used a D6. And on that, we will call tonight's session. So we are at the very climax of this encounter. But we will save the very end of it for next time, as it is getting late, and you guys are either going to see the Dream World keys infected or capture all of them next time. So we will leave it there. Thank you all very much for playing. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you to anyone who watches this. We love you very much. You are awesome. Thank you to... This is a super cool encounter, Max. Thank you so much, Corey. It means the world to me when you guys say stuff like that. Thank you to Jeremy, player of Bref. Thank you to M, player of Akiri. I should have said Bref the Barbarian, Akiri the Cleric. Thank you to Kirsten, player of Bella the Bard. Thank you to Corey, player of Vapos the Monk. And thank you to Mavra, player who always has to leave early, but we appreciate her. Mavra the Fighter. You guys are awesome, and I love playing games with you. We will hopefully be able to pick up again next week for the dramatic conclusion to this encounter, and onward, driving toward the next bit of this campaign. Very exciting. Thanks again for everyone who watches the Wildlands campaign. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Night.